All right, here we have the last NASCAR event we're going to see of this current NASCAR content. Now I'm choosing a different car. I'm going with something that has a little more grip and better acceleration to power out of those Richmond corners and to handle those Richmond corners. However, we're starting at Daytona. Now, if you don't see the instant R&D and servicing here, restart the game. Then it'll show up. Okay. Tuning setup. Well, I'm going to buy it all now because there's instant R&D, and let's just speed through this. Just over $2 million is what it costs. You need to max out this tuning if you don't have any driver or principal setup. And I like to run steering assist high for Daytona. The first day is apparently at Daytona. I guess they thought we didn't get enough. Now, you might ask, why didn't I buy any driver level ups and principal level ups for my other car? Because there's no benefit to it other than the car goes faster. What I mean is, you don't need it to finish the series. There's no invitational series for these cars. There's no exclusive series for these cars. And gold is hard to come by. I'm very stingy with my gold. So I decided I'm not spending one gold coin on the NASCAR content. Don't get me wrong, I really like it, but there's just no benefit in it for me. So I'll miss out a little bit on some of the weekly time trial tournaments, and that's just gonna have to be okay, because it's just not worth it to me to spend that much gold to place higher in those tournaments. So I'll just let it go. So anyways, with this one, just have to get some drafting in, and the advantage of doing all that tuning right at the start is you can finish a lot further than you would if you hadn't done any tuning. However, there are some drawbacks doing all that tuning right at the start. And well, in case you're trying to make the decision now, I'll tell you that it can make things harder at Richmond. You can do, oops, I didn't mean to do that. You can do this whole event in less than 2 hours from beginning to end. Not that difficult. There are some tricky stages though, but what I mean is they're not long. Now, you can't go too far here. It's impossible to win unless maybe you had level ups on your driver and principal. So you can't go much further than this before you get your drafting in, or you're gonna run out of cars. Okay, this group here, that's it. So you gotta pick a guy here. I'm gonna smack into him. I'm gonna take him for my drafting. And that's going to be it. As you can see, we're coming to the end of this particular race, and I've got a lot of drafting to do. Now, just to remind you, the measurement that they apparently are going with is the Roman cubit. Yes, you heard me right. It's a Roman cubit. Basically, you get 2.5 credit for every meter you travel. So it's kind of funny, but it works out to 17.49 inches or 44.444 centimeters. So I don't know why it is that way. It just is that way. Oh, I tried to take out Kenseth at the line. I missed. It's NASCAR. You're supposed to do stuff like that. So come on, man. You got to have some fun with it. So that's the highest you... Well, okay, you could have had 16th. If I wasn't horsing around so much, I would have had that 16th. Now, for this one, it's going the opposite way. You're supposed to have someone push you for 10 seconds. So again, there's only so far you can go in this race before you're going to run out of people. And I'm going to push it pretty far. So these guys are really slow. I'm sure you've noticed if you're doing this, they're incredibly slow in the corners. Don't waste your time trying to push them. I just passed myself. They're horribly slow, but slide in front of them and get a little bit of that push. See, I've already logged 4 seconds of that push that I needed, or that drafting. So catch a little bit, didn't catch much off him. Chip Jr., you are very slow. Wow, is he ever slow. Come on, guys, this is NASCAR, that's disgraceful. Okay, and a bit of a gaggle. Oh, they sorted it out. Slide in front of those guys for a sec. Slide in front of him for a little bit. And I'll weave in front of Weaver. And then there's no one to look at for a while. But you catch up on them pretty quick. Like, I only need 2.5 more seconds. So I'll see how far I can push this. That's a pretty empty track, though. Well, now, the fastest line is actually staying at the very bottom. Now, in real life, You can't do that. The cars don't have enough grip to stay that low in the apron. But in this game, that is the fastest line. I've done a few videos on this, and a lot of people ask me, oh, well, what if you took the actual race line? So if you stayed on the outside on the straights and go down to the inside for the corners like you would in real life. It's not faster in this game. I'm just saying, this game. If you want to test it for yourself, go to the Daytona Speedway time trial and check out any of the fastest times. And you're going to find those guys do not get off the double yellow. They're on the double yellow the whole time. The best guys can keep their left sides below the double yellow the whole time. That's not easy. Okay, so I've got to get in front of this guy and slow down because I have very little time to get this done. All right, there we go. So that's as high as you can place in this race. And the earnings aren't too bad. So one more to go. And these guys don't know me very well. Overtake 10 positions and try to finish 20th? You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna win this race. I'm not gonna do that. But we're not gonna watch this whole race because it's a long race. So I'm going to warp ahead a bit, fast forward a little bit. So you just want to get as much drafting as you can if you want to try to win this race. And you need to have your maximized tuning to do that. So pretty soon, I think pretty soon we actually run out of cars for a while. Have some fun while you can. Oh look, that's Truex Jr. Well, he would usually be very fast. So this is it for a while. Let's warp ahead. We're lap 195. Now we're in lap 197 going 4 times regular speed. Too bad you can't do that in real life. Although if you were going 4 times regular speed, you need substantially more grip than this car has. Now, yes, because let's see, I'm going 300, so 4 would be 1,200 kilometers an hour, and the grip of this car would not suffice. But maybe the McLaren MP4X could handle it, something like that, that's got like 4.4 for grip, something crazy like that. Now, coming up here right away is I have a little bit of fun, just a little bit. Ooh, gotta do it a little, I mean, it's NASCAR. And then I watch in the rearview mirror to see what chaos I caused. That time I didn't really cause any. So like I said, I'm gonna zip through to the end. And that's it for day one. Day one's pretty simple. So this one was showing you how much it costs to fully updo that tuning for Richmond and why I am choosing the car I'm choosing. The Penske Ford has the good balance and I like Ryan Blaney as a driver. Now, what are you talking about? Don't let yourself get too down. I won. Anyhow, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Please hit like. I'll be adding more to this. Here's a playlist and something else for fun. Talk to you real soon.